Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. The other day, e.l.f. dropped a bunch of new stuff on the Ulta website and I picked it up immediately because I always get excited when e.l.f. comes out with new things that are like really intriguing. So I picked some stuff up from Ulta. I don't know if this is in stores yet, but I did pick it up online. My buying from Ulta online, it always seems to ship really fast to me. I've heard people say that like it does take some time, but for me at least, it always comes pretty reasonably fast. So I picked up a bunch of new stuff, well not a bunch, a couple new things from e.l.f. that were really catching my eye. I picked up the new Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have tried the original Camo Concealer. I have a video on that. I picked up the same shade that I picked up in that video though, and it looks a little bit darker, but I don't know. We'll see. I also picked up the new Putty Primer. This is the luminous one. They do have a matte one now and then their regular one. So I picked this one up because I actually really do like their regular Putty Primer. So this one's infused with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen. So that really caught my eye. You guys know I love hyaluronic acid. Everything. This is what was really interesting to me. This is the new Putty Eye Primer. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll see. Is this a gimmick? I don't know. But it says it's crease and smudge proof for 12 hours. And then I also picked up one of their Seriously Satin lipsticks. This looks like the KKW lipsticks. I don't have it right here in front of me, but that is like what it looked like to me. So I picked this up. The eye primer was $5. The lipstick was $3. The putty primer was $8, and then the concealer was $6. So I did use the $3.50 coupon on top of that as well with like some of my points, and it only came out to like 15 bucks. I was happy about that. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna jump right in. I already have like my brows on and stuff, so I'm just gonna go into the eye primer. Just jump in. This is cruelty free and vegan. Is everything from e.l.f. vegan now? I feel like it is. Don't quote me on that. It says it just apply to your eyelids with a brush or your fingertips, wear alone for a tint of color, or apply eyeshadow on top for a vibrant look. There were different shades on the Ulta website. There was like a white one, and then this one was the second one, which was cream, because I didn't want like a stark white one. And then there was also a couple other colors too. This looks like the putty primer, and it comes in like a little jar. So let's see. Is it really like the putty primer though? It just kind of feels like a, you know, like the MAC paint pot things. This is a little bit, actually this is like the same color as my skin tone. So if you guys are like a similar skin tone, cream is pretty much the same color as my lid. You guys were worried about like how this would feel on the eyes. It doesn't feel like the putty primer. Like it's not that like thick kind of consistency. It really just feels like a cream eyeshadow, but it is tacky, so your eyeshadows will stick to it. So you guys can see that this one cancels out kind of like the darkness and stuff, like veins on my eyes. What I think I want to do is I want to take my normal eye primer. This is the Anastasia eye primer. Use it on this side and see if I notice like a difference. A little bit of the Anastasia eye primer. This is the primer that I always use. It is a little bit lighter though. That's it with the Anastasia primer on this side. The Anastasia primer is like a little bit drier. It's a really weird formula, but I like it, if that makes sense. But this one seems to still be a little bit tacky, whereas this one dries down a little bit. So I'm gonna start doing my eyeshadow. I'm taking the Colourpop It's All Good palette, just because I can't, my bare necessities is in the other room and I don't want to get up. So I'm just gonna take All About It, which is just like a beigey, peachy eyeshadow. I'm not gonna do like a crazy eye look. So I didn't set this primer just because I wanted to see how it worked on its own. So far, I mean, it's working like an eyeshadow primer. The eyeshadow is showing up. It looks like on the Anastasia side. Obviously, the Anastasia side might look a little bit brighter. I didn't think this through that much, but I mean, I wanted to see what it looked like anyway. I can't really tell a difference. I mean, honestly, I kind of like the side with the e.l.f. primer more. I don't know. I just feel like it looks better. But we'll see. I don't know. The thing about the e.l.f. one is I just wish it was like a little bit lighter. Because the only one before this is just like a stark white, and I don't want a stark white. I just wish it was like a tad bit lighter. I think I like the side with the e.l.f. one more, which is so crazy considering I use the Anastasia one every time I do my eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take Happy Go Lucky. It's just a gold shade. I'm gonna put that on my lid. think the shimmer is popping really nicely on top of it. I mean, it looks good. They look the same. I almost thought that this one looked a little bit more intense, which it's kind of hard to tell. Like, it's very, very minimal. Yeah, so I mean, it's very similar. I really can't tell a difference. I feel like I like this side more. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like this side looks a little bit more, not intense, but like vibrant, right? This one doesn't look as deep as this side does. So I feel like, right? Like, it does look more intense on this side. And I don't think that really has anything to do with the color of it, because it would look more intense on this side. No? If it was brighter? Let's see. Let's add some more on this side. Yeah, I still feel like this side is more intense. So, take a little bit of a deeper shade. I'm taking Goal Getter. It's like a deep brown-ish shade. I'm going to take this on the outer corner over here. I still feel like this side is a little bit more intense. Interesting. That's what I'm going to do for the eyes. I just want to do something really simple, but so far I think I like the e.l.f. one, so I want to see how it holds up through the day, because I don't really have any issues with creasing or anything with the Anastasia one, so we'll see how this holds up. We're going to move on to the face now. So I'm going to take the Luminous Putty Primer. I hope that this is more, it says it's a Luminous Putty Primer that has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin to smooth over imperfections, add a soft glow, and infuse with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen to help plump the skin and keep it fresh and hydrated. The result, a smooth, blurred, radiant complexion. So this is more of a luminous look, more so than like a dewy look. I hope it's kind of like, if you guys saw my Milani video, kind of like that, where it was a luminous, like, glow to the skin and not like dewy. It doesn't feel, okay, that's interesting. It doesn't feel as putty-ish like the original Putty Primer. It's a little bit more emollient. So, oh, okay. This has a glow to it, definitely. Like a soft yellowish, pale yellow gold glow. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna put this in this area because I already know how my skin is. I know how my skin is with like things like that around this area. It gets super, super shiny through the days. If you watch any of my foundation videos, you guys know that I always will keep this area kind of matte, but it does feel really nice. I like the texture of it. It really does feel velvety, and it's not overly, like, you know, some primers give you like such an intense, like, highlighty look. This one doesn't do that. This one really does look luminous. Kind of honestly want to just keep applying it because it feels really nice. Whereas the original Putty one felt kind of thick, but not thick at the same time. It wasn't like thick on the skin, but immediately, like, when you touched it, it felt thick. So I feel like it does kind of blur the skin though, like, definitely. I think it does. So let's put some foundation on top of it. I'm gonna use my normal foundation. I'm not gonna use a new one or anything because I already know how my favorite foundation works with other products. So I went ahead and just kind of let that sit on my face for like a couple minutes. Surprisingly, since it has hyaluronic acid, I don't feel like my skin feels super hydrated. I am going to take a little bit of my Colourpop primer just because I feel like my skin doesn't feel that hydrated. Skin still is a little bit on the dry side right now. To use my regular foundation, this is just the Lancome one. I already know how things work with this. Oh my god, I'm out. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm just gonna use this one because I know how it works with other primers and stuff, so if I notice anything different, I can tell. So, to be honest, when it comes to primers and stuff, I would rather have my skin feel hydrated and have a luminosity from like a natural hydration rather than like a highlighting kind of product, you know? I don't feel like that product was hydrating like at all. I have my foundation on. I don't really notice that much of a difference. I see a luminosity to my skin though from it. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys can see like right here. That's typically not where I like to be luminous though. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and use the concealer. I got the shade Light Sand. I hope that this is a decent color, at least for this video. I got Light Sand last time for the other concealer, and that one was like a little light. So I was like, well, you know what? I'll get one in the same color. So let's see. It has the same doe foot applicator and stuff. This says that it camouflages those pesky spots and under eye circles with this high coverage, hydrating, and long wearing concealer. The original camo concealer was a little matte for me. I mean, I still used it. It wasn't that bad. Like, I just didn't really reach for it that often. So we'll see. This does look like it is going to be a little peachy though, which I do look for in a concealer. So let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad of a color. I've used worse. This out. It's not a bad concealer shade actually. I wish it was like a tad bit lighter, like just a smidge, but it's not bad at all. Blended out really easily. Like, I literally, that was like no effort at all. I think it has pretty good coverage. I like it. It feels nice. It doesn't feel like anything's on under my eye, which is nice. It looks nice under the eye too. Like, it doesn't look cakey or anything. It is very creamy. Let's see. I just want to feel, ew, that makes like a really weird noise. Yeah, it is very emollient, very creamy, but not too creamy, which, oh, you guys can't even see. Very creamy, but not too creamy, which is good. I don't like when concealers are too creamy, but it is very emollient and feels hydrating. Right off the bat, I do like this concealer more than the original camo concealer. I just feel like it's a little bit more forgiving and nicer feeling under the eye. I like the size of the applicator too. I like the big doe foot. Yeah, I feel like it blends out really, really easily. Very pleasantly surprised with the concealer. I really like how it looks. Moment of truth. We're going to set this. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder and see how it looks set. By the way, I always get questions about this brush. It's the Morphe M438. I've been using the same brush for like 5 years. I love this brush. Let's look at it up close now that I set it. Looks pretty damn good, not gonna lie. I like the way it looks. I'll go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll come back and we'll try the lip product. Alright, so I finished up the rest of my makeup. I like how my face looks, like my skin looks good and stuff. Again, I still don't know how I feel about the face primer. Let's try this lipstick out. Got the shade Nectar. They did have a good amount of like different nudes and stuff in the line too. This one just looked like something I would wear, but the packaging is very reminiscent of the KKW, except KKW's packaging is like square, but it is like in the same kind of clear packaging. So it doesn't really have a scent, but this color is really, really pretty. It matches like the other half of my sweater. So I'm just gonna put this on, see how it looks. Oh, it's more peachy than I thought. I'm going to go in with a lip liner. Let's go in with the Haus Labs On Point lip liner first real quick. That lip liner is also kind of peachy. Hold on. Please hold. Go wrong with Dulce lip liner from Alamad. There you go. This lip liner is just the best lip liner ever. Okay, now I can go in with lipstick. I like the color. It matches my eyeshadow. I guess this whole look is very peachy. I mean, I like the lipstick. It feels nice. Feels like any other lipstick. Let me see what this is supposed to. It says it's a silky, smooth satin lipstick that will hug the curve of your lips and provide intense color payoff you need to rock any look. Formulated for comfortable wear. I mean, it looks good. It doesn't look like it's like sitting on top of the lips or anything like weird. Feels nice. Feels comfortable. It just kind of looks like your everyday. It's not as satin as I thought it was going to be. It almost kind of looks more like a demi matte. Feels nice. I mean, this lipstick was $3. I'm not mad at it. It's not like I'm like, oh my god, I don't like this, I'm going to return it. It's fine. It's just like another lipstick. Not anything revolutionary. Alright, so let me give you guys my final thoughts on everything now that I have my full face applied. So the thing that I'm actually most impressed with, and the thing that I actually thought I was not going to like, is the Putty eye primer. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how much I actually like this. I definitely feel like you can tell, maybe not on camera, but I can see it in person, that this side, now that I have lashes on, it's hard too. This side just pops more on this side with the primer than the one with the Anastasia one, which is insane because, one, I love the Anastasia one, and two, the Anastasia one is more of like a white or like a more lighter bright white, almost white base, whereas this one was like the same color as my skin. So I'm honestly surprised that this eye is popping more than the one that I always use. So yeah, I feel like this side just looks a little bit more brighter and like intense than this one. I'm really impressed with this. If you're like me and you're scared of like how it says putty, I don't really feel like it feels like a putty. It doesn't feel like the putty primers. It honestly feels like the paint pots from MAC. If you guys are kind of familiar with that texture, it just kind of feels like those, or like the Maybelline color tattoos, that kind of thing. That's what this feels like. I don't think it really feels like the putty primers or anything. I want to get the white one and see how that one works. Putty primer. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't really think it really did much for my skin. I can kind of see a luminosity in this area, which is nice. The only thing is I don't feel like it really hydrated my skin for something that has something that's infused with hyaluronic acid. I don't really feel like it hydrated my skin at all, or it like felt hydrating. I had to go in with my Colourpop hyaluronic acid primer on top of that because it just didn't really feel hydrated. Although my skin, it did really blur my skin. I feel like my skin looks really nice. But if that's the case, so does the regular putty primer, and I would just rather use the regular one because I didn't really ever feel like the regular putty primer dried out my skin or anything. My skin looks smooth, and I don't know, I feel like I kind of like the regular one more, but I don't hate this one. I don't really see myself reaching for it again. I don't know. I have like up in the air thoughts with it. I mean, I feel like my skin looks nice, but I also feel like my skin kind of looks how it does normally. I don't really feel like it made a difference. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think it really made a difference. My skin kind of looks like this all the time. I wish it didn't have like that kind of highlighting shimmer through it. Like, you can see there's like in person, like when I wiped it off, there's shimmer on my hand. So it's not really like glittery or anything. It just has like that shimmer, and I would rather have more hydration and get a glow from that, like from the natural hydration in my skin, than more like a highlighty kind of shimmer in my skin, you know? Camo concealer. Very impressed with this. I absolutely like this one already more than the original Camo concealer. I will keep you guys updated to see if I get creases or anything, but so far so good. I mean, it looks really nice under the eyes. I think it had really good coverage for the price. I feel like you can't go wrong for a drugstore concealer that price, that kind of coverage, and it does feel really nice under the eyes. It doesn't feel like I have anything on. It doesn't feel heavy or anything, so I really like this. I'll keep you guys posted, keep you guys updated with how I feel about the concealer, maybe through the day. Maybe I'll post a clip or something at the end of the day, or I don't know. It was very emollient. It's creamy, but not too creamy. It blended out really nicely and easily. It doesn't feel heavy, it's not creasing or anything, and I just feel like it has good coverage as well. So I'm really loving this so far. Lastly, the lipstick. It's cute. I mean, I don't know if I would go out and buy some more. I do feel like it looks more matte than a satin lipstick. Here's satin, I kind of think maybe like a little bit more shiny, but it does look a little matte on my lips. But it's like a comfortable matte, but it's not really that matte. I don't know, do you guys see like a shine or anything to my lips? I don't. Pretty much everything. Let me know if you guys have tried these products out. What do you think of them? Have you guys tried the matte one of the putty primers? Because I know they have that new matte one too. Have you guys tried that? If you have, let me know what you guys think about that, because I do like a good everyday matte primer as well. Let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on everything. So yeah, I hope that you guys liked this video. Hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Any shade references down below if you guys are interested in picking up this concealer. I'll leave like my other concealer references in the description box. I will leave links and everything in the description box for you guys as well if you guys want to pick any of these guys up. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Hey guys, I wanted to throw in this little clip really quick. So I finished filming around like 12:30 earlier. Right now it's 9:30, so I've had my makeup on for 9 hours. I was out taking pictures and stuff outside, so I've been out all day. Concealer, so good. I'm so happy with it. No creasing. I think like a little bit right here, but I always get like a little bit of creasing like right at this inner corner. But that's about it. Everything else is so good. It held up really nicely. My face still looks really good too. So the primer was good. It didn't like mess up my makeup or anything. Like, my makeup still looks fine. I don't know if I'll reach for it again. Like, I just have other primers that I like more, but it didn't make me overly dewy or anything, so that was nice. It didn't make me look oily or anything. You guys can see that's what my makeup looks like. I haven't touched it up or anything. but I'm really impressed with the concealer. I'm super, super happy with it, and I'm definitely going to keep using it. I'm really excited for it. I wanted to throw in a little check-in for you guys, that way you guys kind of know how it held up and stuff, and yeah, definitely 2 thumbs up. If I had my other thumb right here, 2 thumbs up for the concealer. I definitely think it's way better than their regular one. I like this one a lot more.